One salve.
Oh yeah, good evening, my black brother. You know what I'm saying? Love to all the black people out there. You know what I'm saying? But I have a question for you. What's your definition of a tether? You use the word a lot. What is it?
Yes. Yeah, you should know what a tether is. We've always explained it. That's a
No,
person
I'm
who comes.
asking. I'm asking you. What is like your absolute definition of it?
That's a person who comes over here and tries to undermine foundational Black Americans.
Wait, what? That exact description? Just that?
Yeah, that's
So, are
what
you using the word loosely when you use it? Then
we're specific about what a tether is. When you try to undermine us, when people come over here and try to disrespect or undermine and um, disenfranchise us or disrespect, well, that's a tether.
okay. Is someone like so they have to have come from a foreign? Do they have to be black, like, or can they be Asian? Can they be white, like
No, no,
European,
because see
like
that what the tether is. A tether is somebody
just
who look,
African
who
or
looks correct,
Caribbean?
who looks like us. See, that's what the tether is. It's based on the
So
movie
so black,
Us.
so black.
It's based on the movie Us. It's somebody who looks like us and tries to represent us, but they're low key trying to undermine us. You understand? That's what a tether is.
What do you mean represent us? Like what? In actual positions of power, or what do you mean like just like on social media or something?
Like Barack Obama is a tether. Kamala Harris is a tether.
Barack Obama. So you are saying positions of power then?
Not even positions of power. Just that's one big example. You don't even have to be in a position of power. Like the guy who called up was somewhat of a tether, the Bahamian guy, because he's basically trying to undermine our reparations claim. That's tether shit. And
Are
he's
you are you being honest when you actually say that that's your actual definition of that?
why would I be dishonest? What other definition would I have?
Because it's kind of like you're dancing around it. You're saying it's
I
someone
haven't
that
danced around
you're
anything. I've been
saying that
very
it's someone
specific
that looks like you, but most of the time when you use the term, it's towards either Africans or Caribbeans.
because they're the ones who come over here and try to represent us while
So
misrepresenting.
you are talking about them then.
I'm talking about the ones who come over to misrepresent us. I'm not talking about Africans and Caribbeans as a group. I'm talking about the ones who come over and try to undermine us. Probably like you, because you're sounding like a tether because you're playing dumb. You understand what I'm saying.
I'm
You're
playing.
being
See,
tetheric
you see how you just labeled me a tether. So,
because you're playing dumb.
so how did I? No, but so now you're changing
And
the
you're
definition.
understanding.
How did
Let's
I
let's be clear.
undermine?
You clearly understand what I'm saying. So what you're doing is being tetherish. You're an example of what I'm saying. I've been very clear about what I'm saying and I articulated it very well. Yet you choose to play dumb.
No, your definition, yeah,
And
does
that's
not
tetherish.
does not constitute for you to call me a tether. How did I try to represent African Americans and demean
Because
their
what you're doing is
progress,
passive
like,
because what you're
or
doing is
their
passive
plight,
aggressive.
like
Because what you're doing is passive aggressive.
passive aggressive by asking you the definition
No,
of
because it's
tether?
bad faith. Because you're asking in
It's
bad
bad
faith.
faith. I asked you if you were being honest.
Okay, you're asking in bad faith. You're playing dumb. You ask the question where you already know the answer, but you're
I
trying.
actually don't. That's
Yes, you do. You're not dumb. You're playing dumb. You know what a tether is, and a tether is what you're doing. It's being passive aggressive in order to
so
project
now you're
some.
changing the definition because
No,
I asked you the
no.
definition
Yes,
and you
you
gave me one,
and
and
you are the definition of what I'm saying,
I'm using
and,
those
and
same
you're show
perimeters, and you're telling.
and you are the definition of what I'm talking about.
But I've not done anything that
Yes, you
constitutes to
have.
your.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. You're getting in the conversation.
How
Project. You're projecting aggression
how am I a tether? You actually don't even know me. My
because you're
father's
aggressive.
actually he's actually black from North Carolina. My guy. So how am I a
Tether.
tether?
Okay. This is tether. What I'm
You're
talking
just
about. Uh,
ignorant.
no,
You're
you got
actually a very
okay. Don't tell me about your
you are
dad or whatever.
ignorant.
You
We are
got a bunch
young
of
black.
you got a bunch of foreign flags on your profile.
Listen, we're young black
You
men.
gotta you. Why do you have a bunch of foreign flags on your
We can
profile?
look up to people like you, but
Why
you
do you
abuse
have a
you
bunch of why do this is you're a lying tether. You have a bunch of foreign flags on your profile. Now you're trying to claim some FBA lineage. You're a deceptive, lying tether. Like I said, sir, you're not fooling
eh,
anybody.
do you see?
Why do you have so many foreign flags on your thing? You can't. How's your family from your dad is Foundation Black American? You got like two,
Do I
three,
only
four
have one
flags,
parent? Do we only have one parent?
but you got
Do you see how
three
you
flags.
always
You got three flags, dude. How does that work? You got three flags on your profile. How does that work? Make it make sense. Explain that.
you're very shallow. You make the conversation about that
No,
every
no, no.
time.
Explain those
Every
flags.
time. You're very
Explain those
shallow.
flags.
You make
You're
the conversation
deflecting.
about race every
You're you see how this lying tether is deflecting now? You got you got two foreign flags.
I just told you, do we only have one parent?
Okay. Then why do you
Do you
have
only
three
have
flags?
one parent?
Why do you have three flags?
Do
Do you
you
have
only
three
have I ever claimed FBA? What the fuck is that?
Do you have three parents? What are you talking about? You got foreign flags.
Oh, I have so one parent can have two. I have like this guy's
Listen to this
retarded. You
babbling
see how
tether.
shallow you are?
Listen to this. He can't get his lies straight. This lying anchor baby tether can't get his lies straight. Listen to him.
And that's what you do. You make up things.
Well, sir, you sat here and you can't explain why you got them foreign flags. You're trying to lie, and we can hear your accent, but you got a damn accent.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm
You,
saying? He makes it about race. You're bigger than this. You
nobody's
have
making. Nobody said anything about race. We're talking about your lineage. You have an accent,
and
sir. You're a
those
foreigner.
flags
You are a foreigner.
they represent my mother's fucking lineage. Is that hard to understand? And the fact that you can't
You
put that
have an
aside
accent.
and actually talk about real problems that are
You,
happening in the
sir, you have an accent. You're a
you
foreigner.
can't talk about anything that goes on in the world real.
Well, you can't talk about the homeland your parents fled from, sir.
see, and that's the other talking point. You literally
Yeah,
repeat the same racist,
because others repeat the same running patterns. You repeat the running patterns to us,
the same bigot.
and you take the same fleeing route to us. So yes, I'm going to point out
See how
the
you
same
keep
fleeing
muting me? See
route.
how you keep muting me?
Because you're in your accent. You're not going to sit here and
You're
tether babble.
triggered. You're triggered.
You're not going to. No, no, no,
No one gave you the
sir. You're not going to sit here and tether babble with your little fleeing self. We hear your accent. You have an accent. Who you think you
you
fooling?
don't have the power. You don't have the power to tell anyone who they are. No one gave you
Yes,
that
I
power.
do.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
I
That's why
do.
people don't
I
take
just
you
did it.
serious.
I just did
That's
it.
why people don't.
I just did it.
Only
I just
people
did
are
it. You see?
ignorant.
Oh no, no, no. That's why you're so triggered and butthurt. I got you out your body right now, just like you out your home.
You don't though.
Listen to you. I got you emotional. Your accent is getting thicker. You about to make some jerk chicken right now, aren't you? I got you so ethnically.
You see how
I got you so ethnically triggered. You about to go kill a chicken in the backyard right now. You don't know what to do.
more bigotry. Keep them
It's
coming.
not bigotry. It's not bigotry. It's niggotry. You're talking fleeing niggotry. You a fleeing Negro
This nigga just makes up.
who's mad and upset with foundational Black Americans because we didn't flee, and you're ashamed of your lineage, sir. That's what it is. And your little passive aggressive questions, we saw it, I saw it, and I'm like, let's not even play that game. Don't ask me some bad faith, passive aggressive ass questions because you're upset with foundational Black Americans because you had to
You're
flee.
just gonna keep muting. No one's upset with.
Because this is my house. I don't let tethers come in here and spread Joloff stains all over the place. No, no, no. There's decorum here. We have order, which is what you don't have in your homeland. That's why you had to flee. We demand order here, sir. All right,
So Section 8s have order, yeah? Yeah.
sir.
Do they
Section 8
have?
is
Bruh,
up.
shut the fuck. You don't make sense. You have.
No, no, watch that little old potty Joloff mouth of yours, sir. Watch your mouth. You're not at the immigration office.
You
All right,
don't
thank you for
listen. You
green card.
have a big. You have a big stage, and you use it for bullshit. To.
And you have big feet and you use them for running. You need to go back to your mama's homeland and
I'm
build
not.
that.
You see, I'm not gonna insult you. How you insulting a young black brother that you're supposed to be bigging up? You're knocking them down. Like,
You don't even big up your homeland. Why don't you big your homeland up, sir? That's not an insult. Build your homeland up so
that
you don't
sounds
come over here
so
with your
like how
so you don't come over here with your little
how
musty
shallow
passive
and
aggressive.
immature is that?
What's shallow and immature is leaving your homeland and coming over here saying stuff about us, sir. That's shallow and immature.
I didn't say anything about you. That's why I
Oh
asked.
yes, sir. You got a lot of you up here. I saw your little Section 8. You think you're slick. You make these little passive aggressive comments and then act dumb. We see you, Tethers. We see you. We see you, and we feel your little
Is
hate.
your
We
would you
feel
say
it.
is your wife a tether?
We feel, sir.
Oh,
At least my wife. At least
why
my
you
wife didn't
stuttering?
flee. My wife didn't
Why you
flee
stuttering?
anywhere,
And
sir.
I don't even want to.
So let's not go there, sir. Let's not go there.
I
Let's
mean,
not
she
go
has
there.
a white mom. You act like you're the. You act like
My lady is black, sir, with a foundational black American lineage. You are a fleer. So it doesn't matter what the in laws are.
you act like
You're a
no.
fleer.
You act like you own.
You act like a fleer, which is what you are. You don't have an argument.
You're a
You,
hypocrite. You
yeah.
married a tether.
Sir,
You
stop it.
married a tether. You're a hypocrite.
Sir, my wife is not musty. All right, let's stop that. My wife is not musty and her hairline is intact. She has a foundational black
Both
American.
her parents are not.
She does not have a crooked wig like your
Both
mom.
her parents are not black.
Your mama's wig is crooked and she's musty. So what's your point? And she fled. So what's the
More bigotry. Yeah.
no, nothing, sir. Your mother has a crooked wig and she's musty. You can't talk about parents, sir. All right.
Listen, you married a tether.
And your mama's a musty fleer. So what's the point? Your mama's a musty fleer, and I don't know if you're an anchor baby or whatever. You got an American flag there, but you come from a musty fleeing
I'm
back.
not gonna disrespect your mother. She's
Sir, I'm not disrespecting your mother. I'm just saying facts. Y'all fled, and you're very jealous and vitriolic towards foundational Black Americans,
she's
sir.
a beautiful young lady. Bless her. You know what I'm saying? Bless your mother.
And sir, your mother is a very fast runner. All right, she can be in the Olympics the way she fled and dropped y'all little musty children
That's
off.
cool. You still married a tether, and you.
No, that's the tether, and I say so. You're just making up stuff. The fact that you have to make up stuff about me shows how thorough I am. But I'm not making up stuff about your family fleeing, sir. You're just projecting. All right. Anyway, sir, let me
It's
let you,
not. It's not
sir,
made up
sir,
though. It's
sir,
not. I just
sir,
cooked you.
sir.
You
Don't you,
fucking
sir,
big headed
sir,
bastard.
sir, dude, little musty man, little
You
musty
need
man,
to. You
little musty man. Stop it. You're very. I got you very upset. You're gonna burn that bush meat on the oven.
you
Go
need
get
to
that bush
do
meat.
better, bro. You
Go
need to do.
go get that bush meat off the oven, sir, and
Young black
handle
men
that.
can look up to you. You need to do better.
And nobody's
You
gonna
need
look
to
up to you
do.
because you're a fleer, sir. Nobody's gonna look up to a fleeing, jealous, angry tether. All right. Nobody's gonna look up to you. All right. Bless his heart. These tethers are very angry and passive aggressive because they're upset that they had to flee. And they hate that we point it out. And then they get to babbling. That burns these tethers up about foundational Black Americans because we stand on business. When the going gets rough, we just stand on it. We don't be fleeing. Tether's got a real problem with the fact we point out that they flee because they got a complex about that. Many of them do, not all. Many of them got a complex about that, having to flee. They know that low key looks bad. Yeah, they know low key that looks very bad. Then they always want to give us advice. That's the interesting thing. They want to come over here and give us some of their fleeing Tether advice. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear that at all. We, as Foundation of Black Americans, we stand on business. You sit down and you just get some game from us. We don't flee. I don't want to hear about how bad it was, how oppressive it was, and you had to flee because of oppression. Man, stop it. We deal with oppression. We don't flee. Out here in LA a couple of days ago, where are my LA people? There was a situation over in the Pueblos for my LA people. Some of them brothers and sisters ran the cops up out of there. The cops swooped down over in the neighborhood out here in LA, over in the Pueblos. Cops was out there hella deep, and they unjustly arrested a brother. Them brothers and sisters in the Pueblos stomped down on them damn race soldiers and ran them up out of the block. Y'all can probably find the video somewhere. And my LA folks have probably heard about that. That happened a couple of days ago out here in LA. They ran the police up out the block, out the neighborhood. You see, that's the kind of business we stand on as Foundation of Black Americans. That's our lineage. We deal with oppression all the time. We just stand up to it. We ain't gonna punk out and then go hop on a damn inner tube and float off some damn where. Fuck out of here. All right. Well, tough love tonight. It's tough love time. Let's get Pope Neo Emmanuel. Neo Emmanuel. What's up, Neo Emmanuel? Let's turn your microphone on. All right, Neo. All right, well, okay, Neo. What's up?
What's up?
What's up, brother? What's happening?
I'm good, bro. I'm good, bro. Let me just be short and brief, Tariq. Let me congratulate you, brother, with all the things that you are doing. Your reparations movement, bro, it is gaining traction. It is growing.
Mm-hmm.
I
Now, where
just want
you
to
from
wish you
with
all
that
the
accent?
best.
Where you from? Where you from, brother?
Bro, I'm from South Africa, bro.
There you go. That's what I thought. All right. So, what's on your mind, brother?
No, bro, I just want to congratulate you and wish you all the best for June, for your rally, bro. And
Thank
then,
you.
yeah, and then the other thing, my brother, I want you to push harder, all right? And then these countries that have slave histories, all right, they must also pay reparations because they are also complicit to the
Yes.
whole slavery story that they are very proud of, all right? Because
Yes, indeed. Okay. Thank you, brother. Yeah, yeah. It's kind of hard to understand what you're saying, brother. So I don't want to struggle here. Let's get Santa.
Hi, Tariq. I
Hey,
just
how are you, ma'am?
greetings and blessings to everybody in the house, and especially to you and your family and them and their families.
Yes.
I just wanted to say something really short, and I don't want to take up too much time, but I wanted to remind people that the 24th is the birthday of Mumia Abdul Jamal. He was an activist for our people, and he's
Yeah.
currently in prison, and his birthday's tomorrow. And I'm not asking for people to take time and give money or whatever. If you want to put some money on the books, that's fine. But at least if somebody could think about him and send him a birthday card so that he knows that the black people that we're here out here, that we remember are the people who stood up for us. Yeah, and that
Yeah.
who they took their chances. And so on the 24th is his birthday. So anybody, if you could just go out, get a birthday card, you know, send it to him, send him some love because he's there because we're out here.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. All right. Let's get Rex, E Rex, X Rex.
Yo, what's good? Flex, you get me?
I'm good, man. What's going on, brother?
Good, good, man. I wanted to go back on that dude that called earlier about what a tether is.
Yeah,
Try to explain to people because I know you have this conversation with a lot of people every time, new callers every time. You know what a tether is. Explain to people that not everybody that's from the outside is against. Like for example, the late great Nip Hustle. Kind of go into his family background. Not
right,
everybody that's outside the diaspora, I mean the country is against, you know what I mean? Because that's
right.
that's a rider right there.
Yes, he
And I
was. And
land my plane.
Nip's mom was FBA too, by the way.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I
But yeah,
land
I
my
get
plane.
yeah, and they know that, man. They understand that all people from the diaspora, they're not tethers. Tether's a mindset, it's an attitude that they bring. Like that dude, he's up here asking about what a tether, and I can feel his little passive aggressive energy, and then it finally came on out. That's what I'm saying. Just bring it on out, nigga. Don't sit here and act dumb and ask these little bad faith ass questions. Just go ahead and say what you really feel, dude. The Hayes, what's up, man?
Hey, brother Tyreek, how you doing?
What's up, Hayes? How are you?
Hey, brother, I just have a question. You got a neon FBA sign in your office at the museum, brother. Can you please tell me where you got that? Because I need two of them.
Yeah, there's a company that makes a lot of stuff. Email me and I can give you the name of the company that makes those signs. But yeah, a lot of people have been asking about those signs. And yeah, and I also got a rug, a foundational Black American flag rug that somebody made. One of the listeners made. It's tight as hell, and it's in the office in the museum. I got to take a picture of that and show the family. Um, Manunu, what are these names?
Can you hear me?
You're very low.
Very low. Let me turn my volume up. How about
Yeah.
now?
Yes. You got earphones on, brother?
Yes, sir.
Let's get those earphones off.
All right, let me get them on.
All right.
How about now? Can you hear me better?
God damn, that's even worse. All right, let's put them back on. Shit, I ain't never heard somebody. Yeah. What kind of phone do you have, brother?
I got a Samsung Note 9.
Boy, that yeah, man. You can't get them Samsungs off Wish. Okay, yeah. Let me have you get your phone back. You got to get another phone, brother. Yeah, that sounds horrible. That nigga's on a CB. That nigga's a trucker. That sounded horrible, brother. How somebody phone that janky this day and age with all this damn technology? Good lord, they got satellites on Mars, and your phone sound like a tin can with a string on it. That's insane. That is insane. Let me get one more call because I don't want to be on too long. I get one more call because we do have a lot of people in here, but I don't want to be on all night because I got stuff to do tomorrow. I want to get to bed early. I ain't gonna be up too late because y'all be having me up here 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, LA time. All right, y'all raise your hand. Let me get one more good call in here. Y'all raise your hand so I can get y'all in the building. What's up, Dr. Davinsky? I see you, one of our favorite white supremacists. Let me get Dr. Davinsky. Let me see what's on his mind. Let's hear some white supremacist perspective. What's up, Dr. Davinsky? What's on your mind? What's happening out there in white supremacy land?
Salam alaikum, brother Tariq. How you doing tonight?
Good, man. What's going on?
So I've been thinking about the reparations question, and I think that we're looking in the wrong direction, right? So if someone steals a black, who is more morally responsible? Is it someone who steals the black or the person who buys the stolen black? My argument is that it's the person that stole the black initially, not the person that bought the stolen black. So I am
Stole
for
away. Bought the who? Yeah, you're losing me.
So,
Bought
who is more morally responsible for stealing the? So, okay, there's someone who stole the black, and then someone sold that stolen black to someone who bought it. Who is a bigger criminal in this situation? It's the person who stole the
the
black initially.
government that maintained the enslavement of foundational Black Americans. That's the ones who's responsible. The government who maintained it for centuries. That's who's
But
responsible.
why don't you go to the beginning of the crime, which is the person that stole the slaves? Like, what I want is I want actually these Tethers to have a gold mine in West Africa, and they can do 100 years or 400 years of slave labor, and the gold and the cobalt and all these minerals. They
No,
can send
no,
those over to the
no. Because
FBAs.
what happened was, those African countries were absorbed by the Western powers, and that money trickled down into the U.S. economy. So the U.S. is complicit. So we're looking at the U.S. We'll deal with some of the African tribes if later if we choose to do so. But we're
But
looking at big dog, and that's the U.S. government.
yeah, but why don't you go to the source of the people that sold you?
That's the U.S. government were the ones orchestrating the thing.
They were the ones who bought the stolen goods, but
No. We're not doing the some mythological Africans made the white supremacists do it. No,
no, because the Europeans tried to do the slave raids, right? But they were unsuccessful. So I can show you peer-reviewed articles about this. They were unsuccessful doing the
I don't want
slave raids
good articles.
themselves. So
Let's,
without the Africans enslaving other Africans and selling them to the Arabs and the Europeans, the slave trade wouldn't have transpired.
but the thing is, those African nations don't exist no more. So why would we go to non-existent African nations that don't exist?
Well, prior to the United States, until the Civil War or whatever, until the Constitution was enacted, the U.S. didn't exist. It doesn't matter. These people, their descendants are
The
still
U.S.
around.
existed during slavery. What the hell are you talking about? We
Yeah,
were
but
enslaved by the U.S. government. The U.S.
the,
had us enslaved. We couldn't get out of slavery because of the U.S. government.
but these ethnic groups that sold your ancestors to the Europeans and Arabs, these
Oh,
ethnic groups still exist.
not really. Not really, not really. Many of those ethnic groups over in Africa, they started to formulate around colonization. They're not as old as people think they are. Many of these ethnic groups, because they carved up Africa, the European powers, um, they started moving people around and throwing people together and creating these new ethnic groups. So I'm going for
But like
the
the Ibu, the Fulani, the Yoruba, these kinds of people have been around for a long time, right?
Yeah,
So
but they've been moved all around Africa, sir. Nobody knows the origins of some of these groups. They've been pushed around, moved around. They've come from all over the place. So I'm not playing a Where's Waldo game. The U.S. government has been the U.S. government for the last couple of 100 years, and the U.S. government had us enslaved, and the U.S. government's wealth was built off our labor. So that's where the problem comes in, and that's who owes the U.S. government. You see,
why does a wealthy black man like you feel like he's deserving of reparations? Look at
because
you in that suit and tie.
I would be wealthier if I didn't have the obstacles and the passed down lineage
How
of
do
a
you know
debt.
that though?
I would be a billionaire
How do you know that? Wealth.
because
So
I'm
if
so
you look at
thorough.
just quickly,
Because
if you look,
of my Majara spirit and my foundational Black American resilience, I have learned how to be successful in spite of the deprivation. If I had equal footing, I would be 10 times more successful. And I want 10 times more success.
do you think that
I
you're
want those,
entitled to your ancestors' wealth? You realize
uh,
that your
I,
great grandparents might have not even left their house to you. They might have left
no,
it to a
no,
charity.
I'm my ancestors and my ancestors is me. So it's my duty to get justice for my ancestors and myself, sir. That's the foundational Black American way,
Yeah,
right?
but when it comes to monetary compensation, you aren't
Uh,
entitled to your ancestors' wealth because, as I said, your parents, your grandparents, they don't have to give you their inheritance. They can leave you
um,
out of their will.
the Native Americans, they're entitled to what happened to their ancestors and they get compensated. The Japanese were entitled to what happened to their ancestors. They got compensated. People in Israel, other groups, all of these people are getting compensated for what
These are
happened
far
to.
more recent phenomena, and
Oh, don't, no,
it wasn't just all
no,
Japanese in
no,
America that were
no, no,
compensated. It was the
no,
ones that were in the
sir.
camps.
No. Don't matter. Their descendants, the ones who weren't in the camps, but their descendants are getting compensated too.
No,
You
they were alive when they got compensated.
Oh no, no.
This
Their
is the thing.
descendants.
Is like
Oh
a
no. Their
FBA's
descendants. No.
FB,
Even Native American. No. Their descendants are getting compensated. The Native Americans are getting money now. They weren't around in the 1800s. What are you talking about?
FBAs have it so cushy that you guys have to literally LARP and cosplay from the oppression of your ancestors. You live in a first world country. The global north exploits the global south.
Because we made it that way, sir, and we're still owed. Doesn't matter. We're still owed. If you owe me, you still owe me. You're not going to owe me because I'm not
Oh,
destitute.
you?
That mean I'm still not owed. I'm still owed. We're owed, sir.
No, you're not owed though. Maybe
Yes,
your
we are.
ancestors, if they can, maybe if you
That's
can get one of these tethers to do some witchcraft and bring up your ancestors, maybe they
no,
can,
no, 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 no.
sue on their
I'm
own
owed just like
behalf.
the Native Americans. They were owed, and they're getting what's owed to them.
We're
So
not entitled to the past grievances of our ancestors. This
yes.
isn't how like
Then why do
civil
Native
lawsuits.
Americans get money? Then why do Native Americans get money today?
They don't get money. They have reservations that they fought for.
What you mean they don't get money? They get money. What are you talking about?
From where and who?
Okay, have a good day. You're playing dumb. Thank you so much. Now you're
No.
playing dumb like a tether. We're not gonna play that game. All right. We're not gonna sit up here and just act dumb. All right. Acting dumb proves me right. All right, the Native Americans, they get big money all the time, grants all the time, casinos all the time. We're not gonna sit here and play dumb. White supremacists and tethers, they argue the same. They're real good at that.
2 years ago, we came here to Washington, D.C., shoulder to shoulder, with our voices raised in unison, demanding recognition, justice, and reparations. That moment was etched into the records of our struggle. And now, brothers and sisters, we are going to return here to Washington, D.C., not merely just to reminisce, but to reignite our spirit of determination, to amplify our voices, and to reaffirm our commitment to the cause. Join me, Tariq Nasheed, here in Washington, D.C. at the Rally for Reparations Juneteenth celebration at Freedom Plaza. We're going to have a vast array of phenomenal speakers, guests, leaders, and activists who's going to reignite that spirit of Majawa that's within us and our lineage. You don't want to miss this event. Go to rallyforreparations.com. That's rallyforreparations.com. Come on down here to Washington, D.C. Be a part of history. Join me. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for justice. Stand up for your ancestors. Rallyforreparations.com. See you here.